The Cosmic Encounter. The midnight sky erupted with shimmering waves of light as Dr. Sarah Chen hunched over her microscope in the isolated research station nestled deep within Alaska's wilderness. "Another anomaly in the samples," she muttered, examining the peculiar cellular structures that shouldn't exist in Earth's atmosphere. Sarah pushed away from her desk, stretching her tired limbs while her eyes drifted toward the dancing aurora borealis outside her window. The brilliant colors seemed unusually intense tonight, pulsating with purpose rather than their typical ethereal flow. "The electromagnetic readings are off the charts," she said to herself, checking the station's sensors. "Something's definitely not right." As if responding to her suspicion, the lights flickered briefly, followed by a low humming sound that seemed to vibrate through the walls of the facility. Sarah's heart raced as she grabbed the emergency kit from beneath her desk. Years of scientific training couldn't prepare her for the instinctual fear creeping up her spine. The humming intensified, growing into a resonant tone that made her teeth ache. She cautiously approached the window, where the aurora had concentrated into a swirling vortex of light directly above the research station's clearing. "This isn't possible," she whispered as the vortex descended, forming a perfect column of shimmering energy connecting sky to earth. The light pulsed 3 times before collapsing inward, leaving behind a slender figure standing motionless in the snow. Sarah grabbed her parka and rushed outside, scientific curiosity overriding caution. The figure turned toward her, revealing unmistakably female features, but with skin the color of twilight purple. A delicate crown of crystalline material adorned her head, reflecting the moonlight in hypnotic patterns. Dr. Sarah Chen. The visitor spoke, her voice melodic yet somehow inside Sarah's mind rather than traveling through the air. "I am Aya, heir to the celestial. Throne of Novalith, I have crossed 17 galaxies to find you." Sarah stood frozen, unable to process what she was seeing. "How do you know my name?" she finally managed to ask. Aya moved closer with grace that seemed almost liquid. "We have studied your world for generations. I specifically have studied you for what you would measure as 5 Earth years. Your genetic structure is unique among your species, holding the key to our salvation." Sarah instinctively stepped back. "What do you mean, salvation?" "My people face extinction," Aya replied, her expression conveying deep sorrow. "Our genetic code is degrading rapidly after millennia of technological manipulation. We cannot reproduce without introducing new compatible genetic material into our population. Your DNA contains rare markers that could stabilize our genome." "That's impossible," Sarah countered. "Interspecies genetic compatibility across different planets would be astronomical odds." Aya smiled, revealing teeth that seemed to shimmer like opals. "What you call impossible, we call destiny. Your species and mine share ancient connections. Your scientists haven't yet discovered. Let me demonstrate." Aya extended her hand, revealing a small device that projected holographic images of cellular structures Sarah immediately recognized as human DNA, alongside another similar but distinctly alien pattern. "The tertiary bonding sequences," Sarah whispered in awe. "They're almost identical. How is this possible? Our worlds were seeded by the same cosmic entities long before either of our civilizations arose," Aya explained. "We evolved differently but share fundamental building blocks." Sarah's mind raced with implications. "Why me specifically?" "Your research on adaptive cellular regeneration has already brought you closer to understanding what we've known for centuries," Aya said, "and your genetic markers show the highest compatibility we've ever found. Your existence is precious beyond measure to my people." As they spoke, the aurora above them pulsed with renewed intensity. Aya looked up with alarm. "We must seek shelter." I was followed. "Followed by whom?" "Those who would prevent our species' salvation. Some on your world have known of us for decades." Aya said urgently, "They fear what they cannot control." Sarah led Aya back to the research station, her mind struggling to process everything. She'd dedicated her life to proving extraterrestrial life existed, never imagining it would literally appear on her doorstep, claiming she held the key to saving an entire civilization. "How many of your people remain?" Sarah asked as they entered the facility. Less than 10,000. Aya replied, her purple skin seeming to shimmer under the artificial lights. Each generation fewer children are born. Those who survive often suffer genetic abnormalities. Without intervention, we have perhaps one generation remaining before total extinction. Sarah activated the station's security protocols, locking down the facility. I want to help, but this is beyond anything I've ever encountered. I need time to process this. Aya nodded. Time is precious, but understanding is essential. You are free to examine me to verify my claims. As Sarah gathered equipment to begin basic tests, her satellite phone rang. The caller ID showed a restricted government number. Her hand trembled as she declined the call, somehow, knowing everything was about to change. They've detected your arrival, haven't they? She asked. Aya's eyes shimmered with something between fear and determination. Your government has monitored cosmic anomalies for decades. They will come seeking me, but they do not understand what's at stake. You must decide quickly. Dr. Chen, will you help bear the future of my people? Or will another civilization be lost to the void? Sarah looked into the alien's eyes and saw something profoundly familiar despite their difference, a connection deeper than words could express, a shared destiny written in the very fabric of their DNA. I need to understand more, Sarah said firmly, but I won't let them take you until I do. As if in response to her decision, the facility's perimeter alarms began to wail. Interstellar fugitives. Commander Alex Cooper stood at the edge of the Alaskan research station, his breath forming clouds in the frigid air. Secure the perimeter and find Dr. Chen immediately, he ordered, as tactical teams in specialized black gear spread across the compound. Remember, she may be under alien influence. Approach with extreme caution. Inside the facility, Sarah frantically gathered essential research materials and equipment. They're already here, she whispered to Aya, who remained surprisingly calm. How did they track you so quickly? Your government possesses technology derived from previous encounters with my kind, Aya explained, helping Sarah pack specialized genetic sampling tools. They've been preparing for this possibility for decades. Sarah paused. Previous encounters? You mean you're not the first? I am the first royal emissary, Aya clarified, but crashed scout vessels have occasionally reached your world. Most were recovered by your authorities, before public discovery. A loud thud against the exterior door made them both freeze. We need to leave now, Sarah said, grabbing her tablet and emergency backpack. There's a maintenance tunnel that leads to the vehicle bay. Follow me. As they slipped into the narrow passage, Sarah's mind raced with implications. Her entire scientific worldview had shattered in mere hours, replaced by a reality both terrifying and exhilarating. Dr. Chen. Cooper's voice echoed through the facility's intercom. This is Commander Alexander Cooper of Special Operations Division. I know about your visitor. Please understand you're harboring a potentially dangerous extraterrestrial entity. Surrender now and you'll be treated fairly. Sarah ignored the message leading Aya through the dimly lit tunnel. They'll never let you go, she whispered. They'll dissect you, study you like a specimen. Aya's expression remained composed. Your Commander Cooper has personal motivations beyond national security. His father encountered one of our scout ships 30 years ago. The encounter left him changed, obsessed. Cooper has dedicated his life to proving his father wasn't delusional. How could you possibly know that? Sarah asked, astonished. My species possesses limited telepathic abilities, Aya explained. I can sense strong emotional imprints, especially fear and obsession. Cooper's mind practically screams his intentions. They reached the vehicle bay where Sarah's rugged all-terrain vehicle waited. She quickly disabled the GPS tracker before starting the engine. As the bay door opened, they faced the blinding glare of spotlights. Go, Aya urged. Drive through them. They won't risk harming you. Sarah gunned the engine, sending the vehicle bursting through the perimeter. Guards scattered, barely avoiding collision as they escaped into the dense forest surrounding the research station. "We need to reach civilization," Sarah said, navigating the treacherous terrain. "Somewhere they can't simply disappear us." "They will have alerted all official channels by now," Aya warned. "Is there someone you trust, someone not connected to your government work?" Sarah thought for a moment. "My ex-boyfriend, Kai. He's a geneticist working independently on breakthrough genetic therapies. His lab is completely off-grid, about 6 hours from here." As they drove deeper into the wilderness, Sarah noticed Aya studying her intently. "What?" she asked, feeling suddenly self-conscious. "You've accepted the impossible with remarkable adaptation," Aya observed. "Most humans would be overwhelmed by fear, yet you chose curiosity and compassion." Sarah kept her eyes on the difficult path ahead. "Don't mistake scientific interest for acceptance. I still have 1,000 questions and no guarantee. You're telling me the complete truth." "Ask then," Aya said simply. "What troubles you most?" Sarah tightened her grip on the steering wheel. "You said I'm genetically compatible, but what exactly does that mean? What do you need from me?" Aya was silent. "For a moment, my species requires genetic material to stabilize our degrading genome. Your DNA contains markers we've lost over millennia of technological manipulation. Without these markers, we cannot reproduce viable offspring." "So you need what? A donation samples?" Sarah pressed initially yes. Aya admitted. "But true genetic integration would require more significant involvement. The process is complex, but would not harm you." Sarah processed this information as they navigated a particularly rough section of terrain. "And if I help, what happens to Earth? What guarantees do we have that your people won't simply invade once they're stabilized?" "My people number less than 10,000, Aya reminded her. "Even restored, we lack the population or inclination for conquest. Our civilization values knowledge and harmony above all. We seek only survival, not domination." The sky began to lighten as dawn approached. Sarah checked her rearview mirror, constantly expecting to see pursuit vehicles, but the road remained empty, suspiciously so. "They're tracking us another way." She realized suddenly, they must be following from the air. As if confirming her fears, the distinctive sound of helicopter rotors echoed through the valley. Sarah veered off the main road onto a barely visible trail that led beneath a dense canopy of trees. "We need to abandon the vehicle," she decided, pulling into a concealed area. "They'll have thermal imaging, but the forest spring might mask our signatures if we stay close to the water." They continued on foot, following a narrow creek that wound through the wilderness. Sarah's scientific training had included survival skills, but the physical exertion was taking its toll. The cold morning air burned her lungs as they pushed deeper into the forest. "Tell me about your world," Sarah asked, partly from curiosity, partly to distract herself from exhaustion. "Novalith orbits twin suns in what you call the Andromeda Galaxy," Aya explained, matching Sarah's pace effortlessly. "Our cities are built within crystal formations that amplify solar energy. We once numbered in millions before the genetic degradation began." "What caused it?" "Hubris," Aya said simply. "Generations ago, we modified our genetic structure to eliminate disease and extend lifespans. The modifications worked perfectly for centuries until unexpected mutations began appearing. Our reproductive rates declined drastically. Those children born often exhibited severe abnormalities." Sarah noticed Aya's expression darken with emotion. "You've lost someone." "My sister," Aya confirmed. "She was born with genetic instabilities that our technology couldn't correct. She lived just 7 cycles, what you would call 20 Earth years. Her suffering inspired my mission." The personal revelation created an unexpected connection between them. As they walked, Sarah found herself studying Aya's features. The graceful way she moved, the subtle expressions that seemed surprisingly human. Despite her alien nature, their moment of connection was shattered by the sound of vehicles approaching. Sarah pulled Aya behind a large boulder as a convoy of black SUVs passed on a nearby road. "Cooper," Sarah whispered, recognizing the commander. Through binoculars. How did they find us so quickly? Aya touched Sarah's arm, sending an unexpected warmth through her body. There's something I haven't told you. The genetic compatibility between us creates a subtle biological resonance. They're using specialized equipment to detect this resonance. Sarah stared at Aya, processing this new information. So as long as we're together, they can track us. Yes, Aya confirmed, but separation isn't an option. The resonance is also what's accelerating your understanding of me. Your mind is literally adapting to comprehend my species. Sarah realized this explained her unusually quick acceptance of the situation. The growing trust she felt wasn't just emotional but biological, a recognition at the cellular level. We need to reach Kai, Sarah said with renewed determination. His lab has specialized shielding for sensitive genetic experiments. It might block their detection equipment, and if anyone can help us understand this connection, it's him. As they continued their journey, the forest thinning as they approached more populated areas, Sarah felt a growing certainty that her life had irreversibly changed. The future of an entire civilization might depend on her choices. And despite the uncertainty, she couldn't deny the exhilaration of discovery. And something else, something unexpected. The growing connection to Aya, a being from across the galaxy, who somehow felt increasingly familiar with each passing hour. The hidden sanctuary. Kai's laboratory sat nestled within an abandoned mining facility 3 hours outside Fairbanks. Its entrance disguised as an environmental monitoring station. Sarah approached cautiously, signaling Aya to remain hidden while she verified it was safe. Sarah, Kai exclaimed when he opened the reinforced door, his expression shifting from surprise to concern as he took in her disheveled appearance. What happened? You look terrible. I need your help, she replied, glancing nervously over her shoulder. But you need to promise complete confidentiality. No questions. No outside contact. Kai's dark eyes studied her face. You're in trouble. More than you can imagine, Sarah confirmed. Can I trust you? Without hesitation, he stepped aside. Always, you know that. Sarah motioned for Aya to emerge from hiding. Kai's jaw dropped as the purple-skinned alien princess stepped into view, her otherworldly beauty illuminated by the facility's lights. This is Aya, Sarah explained, watching Kai's expression cycle through disbelief, shock, and scientific fascination. She needs our help, and so do I. Inside the laboratory, Kai activated security protocols, electromagnetic shielding, and communication jammers. Government, he asked. As he worked, Special Operations Division Commander Cooper leads the pursuit. Sarah confirmed. They have tracking technology specifically designed to detect Aya's presence. Or rather, our biological resonance, Aya added, studying the advanced genetic equipment filling Kai's laboratory with obvious interest. Your technology is primitive compared to Novolith, but impressively adaptive. Sarah quickly explained their situation, while Kai processed the impossible reality before him. His initial skepticism faded as Aya demonstrated knowledge far beyond Earth's scientific understanding. So you need to stabilize an entire alien species genome using Sarah's DNA, Kai summarized, running his fingers through his already disheveled hair. And government. Operatives are hunting you because they want to study, capture, or eliminate the first confirmed extraterrestrial contact. That summarizes our predicament accurately. Aya confirmed. Kai turned to his computer. My assistant Isabel will be here tomorrow. She's brilliant with genetic sequencing, but I'm not sure how she'll handle this. We don't have a choice, Sarah said. We need her expertise. Kai, this is literally about saving an entire civilization. As days passed, the three worked tirelessly, analyzing. The unique compatibility between Sarah's genome and Aya's. The laboratory became their sanctuary, a hidden pocket of revolutionary science and growing personal connections. Kai and Sarah's previous romantic history created an underlying tension, further complicated by the obvious connection forming between Sarah and Aya. An unexpected triangle of attraction, intellectual respect, and shared purpose. One evening, as Kai and Aya discussed genetic recombination techniques, Sarah noticed Isabel watching them with an unreadable expression. The young assistant had adapted to Aya's presence with suspicious ease, almost as if she'd expected it. Later that night, Sarah found Aya standing alone in the laboratory's observation dome, staring at the stars, visible through the reinforced glass ceiling. "You miss home," Sarah said, joining her. "I fear for it." Aya replied, her voice carrying unusual emotion. "Today I received a quantum transmission from Novalith. The degradation is accelerating. Our scientists estimate less than 3 lunar cycles remain before reproductive capability is lost entirely." Sarah instinctively reached for Aya's hand, surprised by how natural the contact felt. "We'll find a solution. I promise." Aya turned toward her, their faces inches apart. "The biological resonance between us grows stronger. I can sense your emotions, your determination, your fear." She paused. "And something else, something neither of us anticipated." Their moment of connection was interrupted by an alarm, blaring through the facility. "Proximity alert." Kai's voice came through the intercom. "Multiple vehicles approaching." Sarah's heart sank as she rushed to the security monitors. How did they find us? On the screens, government vehicles surrounded. The facility commander Cooper stepping out of the lead SUV, his expression grim and determined. "Someone told them we're here," Kai said, joining them, his face pale with realization. "Isabel, she's gone." Sarah turned to Aya. "We need to continue our work somewhere else. Everything we've discovered must be protected." As Cooper's forces prepared to breach the facility, Sarah knew they had reached a critical moment. The fate of 2 worlds now hung in the balance as the sanctuary they'd created crumbled around them. Betrayal and truth. The laboratory's emergency escape tunnel opened into a dense forest. Sarah, Aya, and Kai emerged breathless as explosions rocked the facility behind them. "All our research," Kai lamented, clutching a portable hard drive. 3 weeks of groundbreaking work nearly lost. "Not completely," Sarah revealed, producing a small crystalline device Aya had given her. "We transferred the critical genetic sequences here. It's Novalithian technology, far more secure than anything Earth-based." They pushed deeper into the forest as Cooper's agents swarmed the laboratory. Commander Cooper himself stood observing the operation alongside a figure that made Aya freeze in shock. "Arya," she whispered, recognition and betrayal evident in her voice. "My royal cousin. How is this possible?" Through binoculars, Sarah observed the second alien. Her purple skin darker, almost indigo, with features similar to Aya's, yet harder, more severe. "She arrived 2 Earth cycles before me," Aya explained, her voice trembling. "Arya opposes saving our people. She leads a faction that believes our extinction is natural evolution, that intervention is blasphemy." "Why would she want your species to die out?" Kai asked. "Power." Aya replied simply, "With our extinction, neighboring systems would be open for colonization by other species. Arya has made arrangements with them, arrangements that would make her exceptionally powerful." Sarah's mind raced, and Cooper's working with her. "He believes he's securing advanced technology for Earth," Aya confirmed. "He doesn't realize Arya will betray him once she has what she wants." They traveled for days, avoiding populated areas, making their way toward an unexpected destination. Aya had revealed, "An ancient outpost of my people exists in what you call Monument Valley," she explained. "Established millennia ago when we first discovered Earth, it contains technology that could complete our work." As they journeyed, the bond between the 3 deepened. Complex emotions entwined with their desperate mission, Sarah found herself drawn to both Kai and Aya in different yet equally powerful ways, their shared purpose transcending traditional relationships. "If we succeed," Kai asked one night as they camped under the stars, "what happens next?" Aya's expression grew solemn. "If we stabilize the genetic sequence, I must return to Novalith with the cure." "And Sarah," Kai pressed, "what role will she play?" "That choice must be hers," Aya replied, their eyes meeting across the flickering firelight. "But know this, the genetic bonding creates a permanent connection. Our futures are now irrevocably intertwined. Stardust Legacy, Monument Valley's ancient stone formations loomed against the horizon. As they approached the hidden outpost, Aya placed her hand against an unremarkable rock face, causing it to shimmer and dissolve, revealing an entrance untouched by human eyes for thousands of years. Inside, crystalline technology activated at Aya's presence, illuminating chambers filled with equipment far beyond Earth's scientific understanding. "We can complete the procedure here," she announced. "But Sarah, the final step requires profound sacrifice. The genetic transfer must be comprehensive, creating a permanent bridge between our species." "You never mentioned this before," Sarah replied, studying Aya's expression. "What exactly does that mean?" "You would become the first genetic surrogate," Aya explained. "Your DNA merged with mine, creating a template for future generations. Your body temporarily hosting the first successful hybrid embryo before transfer to an artificial gestation chamber." Sarah processed this revelation. "I would be pregnant with your child." "Not exactly," Aya clarified. "The embryo contains the future of our species, your genetic stability combined with our advanced capabilities. A perfect fusion that would save Novalith." Before Sarah could respond, alarms echoed through the ancient facility. "They've found us," Kai warned, checking the security systems outside. Cooper's forces surrounded the outpost, Arya directing them with cold precision. "We're out of time," Sarah decided. "Let's do it." The procedure began, Aya's technology merging their genetic material in ways human science couldn't comprehend. As Sarah lay within the crystalline chamber, she felt new life forming within her, a spark of possibility that transcended planetary boundaries. Suddenly, explosions rocked the facility. Cooper's forces breaching. The outer defenses. Kai fought desperately to hold them back, but was overwhelmed. Arya entered the central chamber, her expression triumphant. "Your foolish quest ends here, cousin. The natural order will be preserved." "The natural order is adaptation, survival, evolution," Aya countered, standing protectively before Sarah. "What you seek is power, not preservation." As the confrontation escalated, ships appeared in the sky above, sleek vessels unlike anything Earth had witnessed. Commander Rena, Aya's loyal general, had arrived with reinforcements. The resulting battle was brief but decisive, Arya and Cooper's forces retreating before superior technology. The genetic procedure completed successfully, the embryo safely transferred to a stasis chamber. "It's done," Aya announced, her eyes shimmering with emotion. "The future of Novalith is secured thanks to you both." Sarah stood between Kai and Aya, feeling the profound connection to both. "Now comes the hardest choice. Stay or go," Kai said softly. "Earth or Novalith?" Aya extended her hand. "My people would honor you as their savior. The genetic bond we share would make you welcome among us. You could help rebuild our civilization." Kai took Sarah's other hand. "Or stay here, continue your research, knowing you've already saved an entire species." Sarah looked between them, her heart divided between worlds, between loves. "Perhaps there's another way," she suggested, "a continued alliance between Earth and Novalith, an exchange of knowledge, culture, understanding. Ambassadors between worlds." Aya agreed. "A new beginning for both our peoples." As Novalithian ships hovered above the ancient outpost, Sarah made her choice, one that would forever alter the destiny of two civilizations connected by stardust and shared genetic legacy. A choice born of love, sacrifice, and the profound understanding that sometimes salvation comes from the most unexpected sources. The stars witnessed their decision as two worlds formerly separated by vast cosmic distances found their futures inexorably intertwined through the courage of those willing to reach across the void and discover that despite our differences, we are all children of the same universe, our DNA carrying the signature of shared cosmic ancestry. "Ready?" Sarah asked, standing between her two companions as they prepared to begin the next chapter of their extraordinary journey. "Ready," they replied in unison, as the light of distant stars illuminated their path forward.